The day I was born, every portrait of the past emperors kept in the ancestral temple suddenly started crying tears of blood. The royal advisor did some calculations and declared it a terrible omen. A cursed star had descended, the dynasty was doomed to fall, and if she wasn't burned immediately, the entire kingdom would be destroyed. My dad saw those bloody portraits and totally freaked out. Before I even left the delivery room, he was already trying to throw me into a burning fire pit. Luckily, my mom stopped him just in time. This girl is a sign of this dynasty's downfall, but also the key to its rebirth. My mom did save me, but not because she actually cared. She was just protecting her only bargaining chip. She had no backing at court, and had been counting on this being her one shot at having a son. My being born a girl made her resent me. From that point on, I had a dad who didn't care and a mom who didn't love me. For giving birth to me, my mom was granted the title of Imperial Consort Lin. But if I were her, I wouldn't have been that dumb. A princess is still the emperor's own flesh and blood. Someone she should have been treating right. What a fool. My clothes were only slightly better than the palace maids. My meals were 2 dishes and a soup a day, and I only got meat twice a week. The imperial household department was full of spineless opportunists. A princess like me, who the emperor had only glanced at once since birth, was basically invisible in the palace. And honestly, I was totally fine with staying under the radar and just coasting through this life. But when I turned 6, my dad suddenly developed the ability to read minds, and my life completely changed. All 6 years up to that point, I'd been doing nothing but eating and sleeping. Literally nothing else. Because I knew my second older brother was the male lead of this story. And after he seized the throne, I'd be the sacrificial lamb made to set an example. Yeah, I transmigrated at birth into a political intrigue novel. I knew every single plot point in this book and had every detail memorized. Nobody ever celebrated my birthday. But I had a personal maid named Xiao Tao, who'd always sneak into the imperial garden to pick flowers for me, her way of celebrating my birthday. But every year on this day, my mom would lie in bed crying, mourning a son she imagined I had replaced, a son who never even existed. Honestly, it's just sad what happens when someone has zero self-awareness. That day, I brought Xiao Tao to the imperial garden. She went off to pick flowers while I lay on a stone slab with my eyes closed, just zoning out. If life could just stay like this forever, honestly, that'd be fine with me. No drama, nobody paying attention to me. Like an ant, anyone could step on me, but nobody would bother to do it on purpose. I wondered if I'd ever even get to lay eyes on my own dad, the emperor. Before 5, I was too young to attend any palace banquets. Now I was 6, would he even remember I existed? If only on my birthday I could get some mung bean cake, that'd honestly be nice. A breeze drifted across my face. I was just enjoying the moment when someone suddenly tugged at my sleeve. I opened my eyes, a young eunuch. I looked up and saw a man in yellow robes around 30, strikingly handsome, staring right at me with a confused look. Someone who could walk freely through the inner palace with a whole crowd of eunuchs and maids behind him, dressed in yellow robes. That had to be my deadbeat dad. Oh no. His expression shifted from confused to shocked. What was he shocked about? Was he really surprised he had a daughter he'd never even met before? Come here. I walked over carefully, nervously clutching the hem of my dress. Up close, the emperor's looks absolutely wrecked me. Deadbeat dad was way too good looking. With just my mom's genes, how did she manage to produce a daughter as drop-dead gorgeous and breathtakingly beautiful as me? The emperor suddenly burst out laughing and took my little hand. See? Even deadbeat dad can't recognize his own daughter. Father, it's me, your 6th princess, Xiaolinger. The emperor raised an eyebrow.
6th princess, is today your birthday?
I was low-key terrified. Head eunuch Li standing behind the emperor looked shocked too. I had a feeling that after this, the imperial household department was about to start kissing up to me. I was honestly so confused. How did he even know? Do emperors really just have that kind of insane memory? The emperor narrowed his eyes, a slight smile on his face. That made me even more nervous. Why does he keep smiling? Am I funny to him? It's your 6th birthday. Why wasn't a banquet arranged for you? I was even more lost. He actually knew I was turning 6. Was deadbeat dad secretly keeping tabs on me this whole time? But I could barely even get enough to eat. Those suck-up opportunists at the imperial household department, there was no way they'd throw me a birthday banquet. This man had no idea what my life was actually like. Talking about birthday parties when I was barely getting fed. Seriously? The emperor frowned. Everyone behind him dropped to their knees. I was just about to kneel too, when the emperor reached out and picked me up and awkwardly patted me on the head. Was my good life finally starting? Did deadbeat dad really get won over by my irresistible cuteness the second he saw me? His hand paused. Deadbeat dad cleared his throat and said, "Prepare a banquet at Wenda Hall." He paused for a moment, then added, "And make sure there are plenty of pastries." I kicked my little feet in excitement. Deadbeat dad carried me all the way to Wenda Hall. The table was already loaded with food. I could not stop drooling. A handkerchief gently wiped the corner of my mouth, and that snapped me right back to reality. Deadbeat dad set me down in a chair, and head eunuch Li, the emperor's most trusted attendant, came over to wash my hands. Head eunuch Li, this was literally the emperor's most trusted, most favored eunuch. I was about to go from 0 to hero. The emperor cleared his throat, took the cloth, and personally washed my hands himself. Oh my god, dad, I was so overwhelmed I could barely speak. The emperor suddenly burst out laughing. I looked over, totally confused. This emperor really was as unpredictable as the rumors said. Go ahead, try it, do you like it? Finally, I grabbed the mung bean cake without hesitation, and right there in front of deadbeat dad and head eunuch Li, shoved a whole piece into my little mouth. Slow down, nobody's taking it from you. I nodded, but my mouth didn't slow down one bit. I mean, come on. In my past life, I was a hardcore dessert lover. Can't live without sweets. Getting a chance to eat something sweet was rare enough. Not grabbing the whole tray and going to town was already showing deadbeat dad plenty of respect. Though I really hoped I could take some home later. Once this meal was over, who knows when I'd get to eat like this again. The Emperor's brow furrowed. He called Head Eunuch Li over and said a few quiet words. Head Eunuch Li bowed and stepped out. I kept eating, then noticed the Emperor hadn't touched anything, so I forced myself to pick up what I thought was the best piece, the osmanthus cake, and put it on his plate. The Emperor looked like he was holding back a laugh. He took the osmanthus cake with both hands, broke it in half, and popped one half into my mouth. "That's your last piece, any more and you'll choke." Then he put the other half in his own mouth. I was a little bummed, but knew he was right. I savored that last piece slowly, then sat up straight like a good girl. The Emperor seemed really pleased that I'd listened. "It's your birthday today. Is there anything you'd like as a gift?" My eyes lit up. I was absolutely thrilled.